Welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy. And I started making something and got to a certain point and realized, hey, I should be recording this for you because it is something that I was having to work out in my own head, and I'm hoping maybe to help you bypass some of the mistakes that I made. So there is a piece in one of the kits that I'm using, and this is the half-size print because I printed that kit 2 sheets to a page. Is that right? No, 2 pages to a sheet. Whatever. 2 of the regular size pages on 1 sheet. So it makes them half size. And so I cut this envelope out. It was printed. I printed it on both sides. Cut it out and inked it. And I'm going to make an altered paper clip out of it. And I needed for the other side of the paper clip to also look nice, because that's just how I like things. And so I am going to make this envelope just in the normal way, except before I glue it together, I'm going to take a paper clip. It doesn't matter about the color. I just grabbed one because I knew none of it would be showing. And the paper clip is going to be glued in. Let's see. Need to make sure I've got it turned the right way. There we go. It's going to be glued in like that. So the smaller loop on it is inside the bottom of the envelope with the full bar on that crease. And you can turn it the other direction if you need to. I just needed it to be this direction. But before I can glue this in place, I need to cover up the rest of the paper clip for the other side. And so I have a strip of paper, and I took my paper clip, and the way I measured, I put the paper clip on the strip of paper, and I cut this with one of my fancy edge trimmers, so it's got a deckled edge. But I just folded it over so that it had just the slightest little bit of clearance at the end of the paper clip. I just folded it over and then made sure I had enough paper. And I just put that on the wrong end because I want the plain paper to not be showing. I want this one to be showing. I put it in here and folded it over and then folded it over. And this is the part that is going to go inside the envelope, but I want to cover up that end. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that over as well and then put that into the envelope. Now I know I'm going to have to trim some of it off, because otherwise it's going to be sticking out over here. Although that may not matter. If it's glued to the envelope, I got to think about this now. Okay, I need this to be able to tuck in behind there, so that it can close and still remain operable on this side. Yep, that works. I am just going to cut off this corner back here, right across there, that would be showing. And I'm just going to see where the paper is here and see where the envelope is there. I'm just going to follow just inside that line and cut that off. So I am going to ink my paper real quick before I do anything else to it. I realize this part isn't probably going to be showing, but just in case anything is showing, I'm inking all of it and both sides. And this strip is a piece that would normally be thrown away because it was on the very edge of the digital print. But sometimes you can use the strips like that, and so I do save them. Even as small as that. Sometimes even smaller if it looks really good. I ink both sides because I don't want any white showing, and just on the off chance that there might be white showing, I go ahead and ink it. Okay, so let me make sure I've got this lined up correctly, and no, I don't. Already. So this is going to go there. Nope, wrong end. See? Actually, I don't think it matters which end, because this lace part's going to be the one that shows anyway. But sometimes you might have something showing that you want to make sure isn't in your face. There we go. That's how that's going to look, and I'm going to glue it all together, and then I'm going to decorate. The way I glue envelopes, I put one line on this edge, and then I put just a little bit here, and not very far up the side. I don't want to make anything be covering. Normally, I don't want anything to be covering in the middle. But when I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and glue the whole thing, because it's going to be covered with this paper for the most part. And then I'm going to have to probably, I don't know, maybe add some more glue. Ooh, I needed to tuck that in there first. Let me get that tucked in the back side of that envelope, paper clip. There we go. All right, so I've got this. Actually going to fold that down, that corner, and then I'm going to fold this up. And because of the way I did that, I have to add my glue that's going to go on this part a little later. And I think that I did end up gluing it down the wrong way, but it doesn't show over here, so I guess I'm okay. Because I had it folded anyway. I've got the lace and I've got the lace. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, let's see, I need that to be a little bit open, because that back piece right there is where this will tuck in. So let's make sure I haven't glued that part shut, because that was part of the reason that I folded that down, was so I would have a place to tuck that flap. Just like that. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on either side of this paper, making sure not to glue this one to the envelope, just these two papers to themselves. I have to scoot that paper clip down just a little bit. I hope you're following me, because I feel like I'm confusing. Because I had this worked out in my head, and then I thought, turn on the camera, and this may not even make it to a video, who knows. But because this is going to be on the opposite side of the page of the envelope, I want to make sure that I'm not gluing this paper to the envelope on this side of the paper clip. All right. So there's that side. And that side. And I have glue oozing everywhere. The good thing about Fabri-Tac, you can rub it off. If it's oozing, just rub gently. The glue eraser that you get from Dollar Tree works really well with Fabri-Tac too. If you let it dry and you need to get it off, it's probably easier with the glue eraser. But if you get it before it's dry, Make sure I haven't glued that shut, otherwise I've defeated the purpose of the envelope. All right, and to make sure that it still goes over a piece of paper, let's just test it. There we go. And so that's what it will look like on one side. I have not decorated this part yet. And it will look like this on the other side with the flap tucked in down there. And I know it doesn't look like an envelope, and that's part of my design in my head, because it's supposed to be hidden. Let's see, what was on this list? Hidden journaling space, I think. Well, it says hidden journal cards, and that's a different kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know if it counts as anything on that list other than an altered paper clip, and I'm good with that. So I'm going to make sure that that glue is dry before I start fussing around with it anymore. But I do want to decorate it. And I think I've already inked it. Let's see, what else do I have that I can put on there? I could put a little bit of washi. I haven't used very much of the blue yet. Oh, the blue is already sitting out. This is not washi. Oh my gosh, Tommy. It's not washi, it's fabric tape. And I just need a little bit on this, because otherwise it's going to be overpowering, because it's a very simple paper clip. Let's see, I could put that right there. What else can I put on there? With all the things I have on my desk, you'd think I could find something to put on there. How about, do I want to do that underneath? Because I know we have to have a, no, because I don't want to cover up all that lace. Hokey smokes. Okay, let's see. I don't know, do I want to wrap that around? That would actually count. And that's, oh, envelopes. Envelopes was one of the things. Wasn't it? I was supposed to use an envelope. Okay, I used an envelope. So I am going to add that little bit of fabric tape right there. And then I'll go on from there. Alright, so I have ink, I have fabric tape. Digital's not small enough. As tiny as it is, it's not small enough. I wonder if I trim that with my stamp scissors, or my pseudo stamp scissors. They're actually just supposed to be stamp scissors, but they're actually just a squiggle. I was disappointed, but they work. Now I think I want to do something else before I actually, has this one already got ink on it? Yes. I can still use this page, but this one has ink. I think I may just splatter it a little bit, just a little, with some of the green sparkle. Now I have to let that dry so I can do the other side, but I can go ahead and glue this on to this side. I think this still only counts for one altered paper clip, even if it is altered on both sides. but I'm still going to decorate both sides. I think I want that right there. Yep. So I'll just turn this over and I'll do this to the other side and then figure out what else I want on this envelope. And there we go. There is an altered paper clip that has a little hidden pocket that we can stick something in. I'm not going to do it right now because that ink is still wet. So I'm going to leave that there to dry, and I will show you what I made that's going to be clipped in on that side that I didn't turn the camera on to show you how I made it because I didn't think about it. I cut out these 3 little postcards. I think that these, again, were on one of the pages that I printed to a page. And this one was full size. And at first I had these stacked, and I was trying to figure out how to put them on the other side of that altered paper clip. And then, I don't know, inspiration struck, and I grabbed a bigger postcard. And these are all printed on the back. And I created kind of a flip-flop, I don't know, a flippy thing, because you can open this postcard up and you've got writing space there, and it actually hides whatever you write right there. This one folds over, you've got more writing space, and this one opens. Whoops, I put the tape just a little too close on that one. I'm going to have to adjust that. There we go. Now it's adjusted. And so there's writing space on the back of all 3 of those postcards, and then also writing space on the back of this one, and I just have a large piece of fabric tape that is holding that all together. So it just looks like a collage when you put it like this. I think I am going to find one of my stamps. Let's see what would look good with this one. These are real canceled stamps. I just need to pick the color. I have lots of red for some reason, and a couple of greens, a brown. I think I have a blue. Maybe I don't have a blue. I'm not seeing one. Oh, there. That's the only blue one I could find. I wanted the old looking ones because of the age of this book. All right, so let's audition stamps. I don't think I want any of the reds because there's really no red over here. So we'll just scooch them over. I left those 2 5-cent stamps attached. I like the way that looks. Let's see. I think brown's going to be too dull. Whoops. Martha Washington. I'm like, that dude looks like a lady. Because it is a lady. All right, let's see. That one has a green one. It looks like it is this. I wonder if I should just echo that, because that is the same stamp. Pretty close anyway. I think I'll just echo that one down there. We'll just do that. I like that. All right, so I'm gonna ink bin. It's already old, but the edges aren't brown. For some reason, I want the brown edges on this. There we go. And stamps don't really have years on them, I don't think. And I can't read the cancellation because it's just straight lines. But I'm not a stamp collector in the way of a philatelist collector. I just like stamps. And so when I find stamps, I will sometimes get them if they appeal to me. All right, so let's put these back in here without tearing them up, Tommy. A good place to find images of stamps is get a stamp collector's catalog. They sell them through the catalog, but the catalog itself is free. And I find lots of really pretty stamps that I can use in my journals that way. All right, so I think that this is dry. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck that in behind the paper clip. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on this paper so I can show you how it's gonna look with the, oh, wrong side. I'll show you how it's gonna look with this tucked in there. I like it. I think that goes really, really, really well together. And then on the other side, you've got this, and when you take the paper clip off, you can open up the envelope and get the little surprise. That has to count for something on there. I'll have to look and find out what it counts for. And if I find it, I will put it right here. Here we go. Here is our postcard hidden flips and our altered paper clip with an envelope that has a hidden journaling spot in it as well. I think that turned out really cute. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, be kind. Bye.